next we have Ray Pumaloy of Abante Liling.
Hi!
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening, Jean. Good evening, Sid. Good evening, Paolo. Good evening, Angeli, Jela. And the Rec, good evening.
Hi,
Miss
Ray.
you, charot.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, ang tanong ko ay, have you ever experienced abuse in your life in any form, in any ways? Ano ito at paano nyo to na-handle? Paano kayo nakaalis dito? Pwede rin naman sa pera, pwede sa, saan ba? Sa love, pwede sa, maraming klase ng abuse, hindi lang sa physical, mental, or verbal. Hello?
Thank you sa question. Sa akin po, never pa naman po ako try ng ganun situation. So far, I'm so lucky na hindi ko na-try yun and ayaw ko siya matry. And sa mama ko, siguro siya yung nakatry nun. And super sakit para sa akin yun. Kaya sana wag ako magaya sa kanya.
Ano yun, Jela? Be specific. Pakikwento ng konting-konti.
Okay.
Or wag naman super konti.
Bali, yung mama ko kasi, yung papa ko kasi, napaka-violent ng papa ko. And namubugbog talaga siya. And super happy ako nung naghiwalay sila kasi para mawala na yung sakit na nararamdaman ng mom ko. Ayun po.
Hindi naman nagkaroon ng epekto sa'yo, psychologically.
Meron, pero parang nadala ko na siya eh. So parang parang nasanay na ako. But ayun nga, nung naghiwalay sila, naging masaya kami and may time na gusto nilang balikan pero kami ayoko.
Okay, salamat. Next, Paolo. Sino? Sorry.
Hi, yes. Abuse.
Yeah.
Ang pinaka naalala kong abuse sa buhay ko is nung time na nasa Taiwan ako, nung doon pa ako nag-aaral when I was in elementary, because I was studying in a traditional Chinese school. So I was the only foreigner there. I was the only one who looked different. And I was the only Filipino. So in this, sa Taiwan kasi medyo they look down on us Filipinos eh. Lalo na iba yung itsura ko sa kanila. So not only the students would physically abuse me, like it gets physical sometimes, a lot of times actually. And what's crazy about it is actually pati yung teachers. The teachers would verbally abuse me, you know, saying mean.
Paano kayo na-abuse ng teacher? Sorry.
Halimbawa, there was just one time when I was in 3rd grade, I remember my science teacher, pinaharap niya ako sa lahat ng mga kaklase ko in the classroom. I mean, aminado ako, medyo makulit ako ng bata ako. Pero in 3rd grade, pinaharap niya ako sa mga kaklase ko. And in Chinese, he said na, don't be friends with this kid because when he grows up, he'll be trash. Yeah. I walked out of the bathroom. I walked out to the room, then went straight to the bathroom after that. Yun lang naman. Pero actually, pagdating ko dito sa Pilipinas, luckily, goods na, okay na lahat. And my family is very loving. Never kami nagkaroon ng ganung tipong problem sa family namin, which is I'm very fortunate for that. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Sid?
Hello, Sid.
Yes,
I think you're
Sid.
mute, Sid.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yeah. I think we all have, diba? Some level. And it's also subjective. Sometimes wala naman nangyayari, but you kind of feel abused, you know? And then you grow up and you realize nothing happened. But I experienced it in my home when I was growing up with my dad. He was not a very, he had issues. And it came out. And of course, it affected the marriage and us, the kids, right? I was bullied in school. That's another form of abuse. I abuse myself in the gym if I go to the gym all the time. You know what I mean? And that's I came from I have like a really dark past with substances, which I did to myself. That's another form of abuse. Sort of like slow suicide, right? I'm also a Filipino, and I live in a country where we should be getting more than we deserve, which means I'm surrounded by people who abuse their power. The list goes on and on. It's just how we go by the day, diba?
Mhm. Can you tell me, kahit a short lang, ano yung sinasabi mong dark past na abuse ka or something?
College. Yeah, I had a dark past. I was violent. I was into drugs, and then that stopped. And then in the middle of my career, I kind of fell back into it, and then let my ego swallow me up, basically. And then I've spent the last 9 years trying to get myself back together. I think I'm doing okay.
Okay. Thank you, Sid. Thank you. Angeli?
I'll be completely honest. I was abused by my dad for years, physically abused. And throughout those years, pinalaki ako ng mom ko as a godly person. Kaya I never lose hope. I always pray every day through God. And thankfully naman, like, pumapasok ako sa school na may pasasa mukha and pinaparisan sa akin ng dad ko na sa sobrang kulit ko, kunwari natamaan ng door, like that. And until one day, siguro, answered prayer na nakita ng teacher ko yung mga cuts ko sa wrist. And she asked me why, kung ano nangyari. And I just bursted out na, kasi it's really hard for me to open up, to call someone, dahil I know na uuwi ako sa taong nang-abuse sa akin. So I was really scared. I was very entrapped. Hanggang sa, nung na-open up ko siya sa teacher ko, he asked me to call my dad. And after that, when I told my dad na kailangan siya sa school, bigla niya na akong inuwi dito sa Pinas. So it's really, up until now, I'm still affected by it. But thankfully naman na nasa mom side na ako, and I'm grateful na after all those years, ngayon, I think I'm claiming that 2022 is my year.
Follow up ko lang si Angeli, gaano katagal kang na-abuse ng father mo? At saka ano yung cut sa wrist? Nag-attempt ka ba ng suicide or something?
Yes. I was with my dad from 2011 to 2014. And yung mga cuts sa wrist, it's not something na gusto ko magpakamatay, but hindi ako nakaka-open up sa tao. And whenever I open up to my friends, parang hindi siya kompleto sa feeling ko, na parang yung comfort na gusto kong makuha para maging okay sa araw na yun, hindi ko siya nakukuha through talking. Whenever I feel pain, hindi siya pain for me. It's like, it's hard to, pag may mga taong nakakita ng mga cuts, lagi nilang sinasabi emo or ganyan-ganyan. But when you're in that situation, cut is something like, na-embrace niya yung, parang dun ako nagiging comfortable and I know that it's not right. And yung pina-psychiatrist ako, dun ko na-realize na it's not normal for me to think, to fantasize about death, about killing, or anything about bad things.
Thank you. Sorry to hear that, but you are a good actress. Kaya naman pala. Marami kong pinagdaanan. Kaya naman pala itong pelikulang to, bonggang-bongga ka kasi ginamit mo kung ano man yung naranasan mo. Anyways, move on. Oo, tama. Sige, moving on. Charot. Direct, meron ka ba? Abuse, love, money? Ano to?
Wala akong ganon. Wala akong ganon. Thankful ako. Kilala mo mama ko very. Wala akong ganon. Pero nung panahon yon 60s, matanda na ako . Ang siguro yung abuse ngayon, normal noon, yung pag nagkakamali, ako hindi ako naniniwala sa palo sa mga bata . Pero nung panahon na yun, ang mga bata pinapalo . So yun lang, siguro yun lang ang pwede ko sabihin, pero there's no abuse . Kwan ako na swerte ako sa growing up years ko pagdating sa aspetong yan.
Or meron bang nangutang sa'yo, inabusang kabaitan mo at hindi na nagbayad? Mga ganon?
Wala akong ganon . Simple ang buhay ko, Rey . Alam mo, limited ang
Yes.
association ko. Very, very simple life ako eh. Mula noon hanggang ngayon, very simple life.
Thank you, Direk. Thank you,
Thank
Jean.
you.
And
Thank
maraming
you. Nice seeing you, Ray.
salamat. Congratulations.
Thank
Yes,
you.
see you soon, Direk. And good luck.
Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you very much. Ray
you po.
Pumalay of Abante Liling. Okay, let me call in Richard Paglikawan of Lionheart TV.
Hello, Jean. Good evening. Ayun. Hello, everyone. Nung napanood ko yung trailer, bigla ko naisip yung may isang quote kasi, famous quote. Ewan ko kung recent lang siya, pero yung you deserve what you tolerate. Kasi, syempre yung character ni Angeli dito is parang swak na swak doon. Pero, kayo as artist ba, how do you take this kinds of parang these quotes? Ayan.
Paolo?
Hi. Yes, yung quote na you deserve what you tolerate. I actually, I disagree with that. I mean, tolerating someone who not only hurts you physically but abuses you mentally, tolerating something like that and you having to deserve it. It's a crazy saying for me. Kasi parang, sometimes you tolerate stuff out of love and no one deserves to be abused because of love.
Thank you, Paolo. Jela?
Thank you.
Hello, Jela. Angeli?
I disagree at some points kasi when sometimes you tolerate something kasi you're hoping for a change, and if you're tolerating, you don't deserve what you're tolerating kasi you don't deserve it kasi sometimes it's not about tolerating in a good way but also tolerating in a bad way dahil gusto mo ng pagbabago.
Thank you, Angeli. Jela?
Yes. Sa akin, I disagree din kasi tolerate, pag paulit-ulit kasi na nangyayari sa'yo, tolerate in kahit sa anong bagay Kasi pag paulit-ulit nangyayari sa'yo yun, paulit-ulit mong gagawin, and you yourself, hindi ka na matututo at the same time, parang ma-abuse na din yung sarili mo. So yeah, I disagree.
Thank you, Jela. Sid?
I'm really confused. Like I don't understand what it means. You deserve what you tolerate. What does that mean? Like you deserve what's coming at you if you're tolerating what's coming at you, or is it because you tolerate certain realities in life and because it's okay with you, it should happen? I don't understand.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Pwede, mga possibilities na, syempre, out of love, katulad nun sa character ni Angeli, tinotolerate niya yung pambubugbog sa kanya, siya out of love. So parang, for some people, you deserve it kasi you tolerate it.
I actually, you know what? It's kind of messed up, but I think, yeah, I think it's true. You because you're only tolerating it while you're there. You have every power and every reason. Well, not for everybody, but there's always an exit. Yeah, there's always a way out. You can end the friendship. You can tell a friend about a certain behavior, and then it will end because you have the power to do so. If you're just tolerating, you're just not doing anything. You're just letting it irritate you, or right? Is that how I think that's how I understand it. So if you're going through something you shouldn't be going through, don't let it happen to you. And if it's not happening to you, you're not tolerating anything, right? I think. Is that me? Is that how it? I'm so confused, but I think that's how I'm gonna understand it.
Pasok naman yung sagot mo, Sid.
Yeah, thank you.
Pwede ko sagutin yan?
Yes, correct. Go.
Sige, to a certain extent, yes. Pero may pagka-myopic siya. That is presuming na lahat ng tao pantay-pantay ang kakayanan, pantay-pantay ang access sa lahat ng sa mga bagay na makabubuti sa kanila. Pero hindi siya makatao. Maraming bagay na hindi makatao. Diba? So, I think myopic siya in the sense na victim blaming. I think dapat mas tingnan siya sa isang mas malawak na perspektibo. Kailangan tingnan siya sa punto de vista ng sistema, sa punto de vista ng kalakaran, sa punto de vista ng kung paano tinitingnan, kung paano masasagip o matutulungan ang mga taong dumaranas noon at walang kakayanang makaalis, walang kakayanang humingi ng tulong, walang kakayanang marisolba nila on their own. So, yes, siguro makatotohanan siya to a limited extent.
Yeah.
Pero kung susuriin mo sa isang mas malawak na perspective, I think lahat dapat tingnan on a bigger picture. Systemic ba ito? Systemic ba yung ganitong klaseng problema? Nape-perpetrate ba ito ng isang sistema na ang nalulugi yung mga taong walang kakayanang makaalis? Kasi sino ba naman ang gustong mag-suffer ng todo-todo, di ba? So I think mas ganun, the progressive way of thinking of it is to look at it from a bigger picture and analyze if the problem is systemic or not and how to go about it para mas ma-address ang sitwasyon sa level ng ganong klaseng point of view.
Hello? Ay, medyo wala tayong sound.
Nakamute.
Richard paglikawan, ayan.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a problem with the microphone or the earphones. Hello? We can't hear you.
Okay na? Nawala?
Yes.
Yeah.
There, we
Okay
can
na,
hear you
yan.
now.
So, okay. So, yung next question ko is about, parang, syempre, this tackles abuse, yung movie na to. So, for those people na nakaranas syempre ng abuse, ano yung mga possible na mga take-away nila kapag napanood nila tong movie na to?
Sid?
Oh, okay. Well, we've been saying that since kanina pa. Like, it's a film that centers around, all sorts of abuse, and it happens inside a marriage, which is like makes it a little bit more complicated to deal with, right? But the point is, a lot of us are going through this. When I say us, not just us Filipinos, but people, all of us, we really go through. This is a reality. This is worse in some countries, right? It's really bad here, and I think what's making it bad is that we're not really aware of the possibilities. We're not aware of the other options that we have. Like what Direk was saying is that sometimes it feels like there's nowhere else we could go. In fact, sometimes yung pinaka nag-a-abuse sa'yo, yun yung kinakapitan mo kasi wala ka talagang iba pupuntahan, di ba? So, to me, this movie is like, just at least personally, it's my way to like bring awareness, because as long as it's an avenue for me to be able to talk about things like this, so that if people listen and if people hear it, then at least maybe somehow I was able to do something good for other people. That's why I did this film. That's it. And I hope they take that, they get that from just watching it, even if it's just entertainment.
Thank you, Sid. Jela?
Sa akin naman, after this movie, siguro yung mapupulot nila is dapat alamin muna nila yung papasukan nila. Kasi hindi basta-basta pag nandun ka na mismo sa sitwasyon na yon. And dapat alamin nila yung value ng sarili nila para at least pag nandun na sila, okay yung kahinatnan ng buhay nila. Ayun po.
Thank you, Jela. Paolo?
Oh, well, biggest takeaway is, just fight back. Do not tolerate this type of stuff, because that's what Emma did. And no matter what kind of abuse, what form of abuse you're going through right now, you should never, never, never ever tolerate it. And you should, like what Sid said, know who to call, know who to ask help from, and fight back and don't let people bring you down like that.
Okay, Paolo,
Thank
Angeli?
you.
Way out, be confident, be brave, know your worth, love yourself, if and reach out to people. Kahit man sabihin mo na onti lang yung kaibigan mo, you know yourself. There's this one person who is willing to help you out. And don't entrap yourself na alam mo na ikakahirap lang ng buhay mo. Life is short to entrap yourself on something that won't make you a better person, won't grow.
Thank you sa inyo. Congratulations.
Thank you
Salamat,
so
Kim.
much.
Thank you very much, McRichard Paglikawan of Lionheart TV. Please do stand by for our next batch. Aina Medina, Rise and Shine TTV, Joey Sarmiento, Remate, Alan Sancon, Stars, Photog Vids, Sanden Anadia of Banat Cebu, Vanessa Balbuena of Freeman. Next.